Come in.
Hi, Alex.
Yeah, hi.
Jesse, I'm a sales representative for Dell. How
Nice
are
to
you doing
meet
today?
you. I'm doing great. Good. How are you?
Good, thanks. Just wanted to stop in. Saw you were doing some research on our record computers. Just to start off, I see a Brewster University poster behind you. Did you go to
yeah.
Brewster?
I did, yes.
Oh,
I went
awesome.
there.
I actually
Yep.
graduated from Brewster a few years ago, actually.
Really? What
yeah.
year?
2012.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
I was
okay.
only a year before, 2011.
Sounds
It's funny
good.
that we never met.
Cool. So our computers, I saw that you were doing some research on our site. Wanted to also see basically a little bit more into the company and also see possibly how Dell could help you benefit from possibly getting Dell computers.
Okay.
Just to start off, what initially prompted you to start researching Dell computers?
Well, we were just curious, just looking around to see what different types of PCs were out there, what maybe we would like. We were just basically seeing what the market had to offer, just because we've been having some issues with ours, and we just wanted to see what other computers were out there. And yours were, of course, one of the first ones we saw.
Okay. How long ago did you last upgrade your computers in the squad cars?
Well, we upgraded them about 3 years ago to a new version. Since then, we've kind of had to replace the ones that break, and it's the same model that we've been using.
Okay. How satisfied are you with those computers so far?
We're mildly satisfied. They get the job done efficiently, not necessarily, but they get the job done as good as we need it.
Sure.
But I'm sure it could be better.
Okay. How have you had any complaints from the officers directly about the computers that are in the cars they're using on a day-to-day basis?
Oh yeah. So the biggest thing is durability.
Mm-hmm.
The PCs that they have, when they get hit, they break. You know, they're pretty, not necessarily flimsy, but they're not as durable as we need them to be. Connectivity is also a big thing. Sometimes these PCs are not as quick as they need to be, and these officers need them quick, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, and also battery life's also not necessarily as big of an issue, but it's also a big issue.
Okay. Yeah, I can also see that that's an issue. Since it is so hot in Texas, you know, we're pretty generally in a warmer climate. Do any of the computers ever run into any kind of cooling issues, or that could lead to battery failures or anything like that?
Oh yeah, all the time. Sometimes they will overheat. If officers sometimes get out of their car to deal with an issue, and the car is not on, there's no AC, sometimes the cars will overheat, and batteries will overheat and they won't be able to cool, and sometimes it does ruin the battery.
I could see that's a big problem.
Yeah.
So how would a more durable PC that, you know, can last longer and possibly provide a faster connectivity benefit the police department?
Well, for more durability, the officers will have more like free range to do what they need to do. It will also save me as the IT manager, in fixing those computers all the time, because every time they break down, I do have to hands-on fix those computers, and
Okay.
it does take time,
Sure.
which also costs money, you know.
Yeah. About how much money does that usually cost when a computer goes down, and, you know, how much might it cost overall for the department to fix or replace the computers?
Well, it does depend on like the specific computer, what the issue is, but
Mhm.
overall for the whole year, it costs about, I would say, roughly $200,000 to $250,000 a year.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so a more durable computer would definitely help in that we wouldn't have to fix it all the time.
Sure. And have you had any issues in terms of compatibility with the computers for putting them in the squad cars? You know, because I know you upgraded recently. I don't know if it was a seamless upgrade from your last computer before that even.
Well, a little bit. When it comes to compatibility, they're kind of small. Sometimes they're not fitting the car correctly. The connectivity of the PCs not as quick as we would hoped, but once we made that jump to upgrading it, we ordered so many and we were kind of stuck with them. So that's basically where we're at right now.
Gotcha. So based off of what you're telling me, I think that Dell could help you a lot. How would a computer that's universally able to fit in any car with one mounting adapter benefit the police department in terms of time and aggravation.
Well, simply it wouldn't fall as much.
That too.
Because falling all the time, it breaks. You know, it happens sometimes. The officers are in high-speed chases, and when they make a quick turn, when the PC goes flying, they can't worry about that. They need to be focused on what they're doing, and
Right.
then of course the computer will break, and then I have to fix it. So definitely one that would be able to just be stationary, be compatible with the cars that we have would absolutely be a fantastic improvement.
Okay. And also, how would a computer with a remote switching battery be able to help you alleviate any kind of issues in terms of battery life or cooling?
A remote switching battery, as in like you could turn it on and off as you...
You can change batteries.
Oh, you could change batteries?
Yes.
Oh, wow. I didn't know you could do that. That would be awesome, actually, because, you know, when they do break down, we have to wait and replace and fix them. If we could just replace them when they die, that would be absolutely much more helpful.
Could even save you some time with charging as well.
Oh, yeah.
So based off what you're telling me, I really think that Dell has something here that we could definitely offer you that would be a significant upgrade from what you're using currently and would be a very, very smart investment for the Sunflower Police Department.
Oh, great.
Just wanted to show you our Dell Rugged Latitude PCs. We have the 5420, which is a really, really good PC. They're all military grade drop tested. They're optimized for any kind of field experiences, so they can work in gloves, you know, on their fingers, so the touchscreens on there are completely usable. They have a backlit keyboard. There's also different kind of waterproof testing as well, so if they have drinks in the car or something spills on it or it gets rained on, they don't have to worry about that. It's completely covered and super durable from dust and everything like that as well too. And we have a universal backwards compatible docking system too, so once they're installed, you can just rip the computers in and out really quickly, and they're super durable. And there's also a backlit LCD display, so that, you know, if they're driving against the sun, there's no glare on the computers, and at night the computers are actually backlit as well. One thing I did mention for you as well, they're the only FirstNet ready computers on the market, so that if, you know, in the event of like another hurricane happens, like Hurricane Harvey, you won't have to worry about going in the dark. Basically, the computers are FirstNet connectable, so you can communicate a lot easier and be connected when most other departments might not be able to be.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, these are actually even used by the Texas National Guard too. So, you know, they're really well proven. You know, does all these seem like something that could be beneficial to you?
So yes, it does, but I do have to ask the question: how much does one of these go for?
So these laptops can range anywhere from about $1,200 to $1,350 on average, depending on the version you go with. You know, I think it's relatively an affordable price considering the amount of money you were telling me for the cost of repairs and replacements for the computers you're using currently, as well as the increased durability. These won't break anywhere near as often, if at all. You know, I can't guarantee they won't break, but they're very, very durable, and I can almost guarantee you they'll be extremely more durable than what you're using currently, and they won't fall off their mounting systems. Which is nice. The
only thing is the Panasonic's rugged laptops they seem just as good, and they're less expensive. They're about like $200 less. So I think, I don't know, they just seem like the better option.
Well, I can see why you might see that as a concern.
Yeah, because we need to get so many, so the price really...
Yeah, I can understand price is definitely something that's concerning, and obviously, you know, Panasonic does, you know, can produce a pretty decent product. However, like I mentioned before, they're the only, Dell's rugged laptops are the only FirstNet ready laptops on the market that are used for any kind of sled services. And Dell produces a much more innovative product, and we have the only fully backwards compatible docking station. So you might have to buy a new docking station for the Panasonic, but it may not be as perfect of a fitment as ours would be. So you can, you know, I can almost guarantee you there's going to be a risk still of the laptops falling out of their docking stations, and some connectivity issues in terms of mounting them in the squad cars versus with us. There's a lot less hassle, and they're a lot more stable in those docking systems. And again, we have that FirstNet ready capability as well that no other laptop has.
All right, fantastic. You really cleared my mind about that.
Does that alleviate any kind of concerns that you possibly had with our laptops?
Definitely with the price, yeah. But there's also one other thing. Like 2 years ago, I bought a Dell PC for my son, and didn't work too well. It had problems with reliability, and I
Sorry
just
to hear that.
thank you. I just don't want that risk being onto our department.
Sure.
Because that would be a major issue.
And again, I can understand that that's a concern. Obviously, personal experience plays a huge factor in a purchasing decision. And speaking of a purchasing decision, what's the decision-making process for you guys? Are you the person that would be basically making a purchase decision or any kind of?
So I can't make any final decision. I can of course give advice, my opinion, but I can't make any decision as of right now. That's actually my director, our IT director, has to be here to make that final decision, buying decision.
Okay, so if we were to possibly set up a future meeting, I would want to make sure that they're there for that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Back to what you were saying about you and your son's experience with previous Dell PCs. I will personally be a advisor to basically make sure that these are all properly installed, properly updated, and everything is going smoothly for you in the changeover to these PCs. So you don't have to worry about any kind of setup issues. It could actually end up increasing the reliability because then you'll be running the right settings and everything will be set up perfectly. And we also will provide any kind of IT support needed if there is an issue with any of the computers that you do decide to purchase with us. So I don't, and our computers are going to be a little bit more durable than the normal consumer PCs you would see at Best Buy or Staples. So I wouldn't be as concerned about these PCs as you would of the ones you got for your son, just because that they're going to be more durable. And again, I'll be there to assist you and the entire department in ensuring that they're going to run smooth.
Oh, fantastic! That sounds really good.
Awesome. Does that alleviate any kind of concern?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because that was one thing coming into here. I was like, Dell, but you really definitely alleviated that concern.
I'm glad to hear it. Okay, so it seems like this is something that you're definitely interested in.
Yeah.
I said
like to meet again.
Yeah, definitely. I remember you can't make any decision process yourself, but I'd like to set something up for next Tuesday. Right around 1 o'clock or so, right after lunchtime. If your IT director can be there, that would be fantastic. And I look forward to possibly moving something into the future and getting Dell set up for the Sunflower Police Department.
All right, Jesse, thank you for your time.
Appreciate it as well, Ian.